What is up, people? Today we are back in the Forge with a bit of a different video. Basically, I am going to be telling you how to prepare for the update that is going to give us a lot of content around December 25th. Now, for what's actually in the update, it is a lot to take in, but first, we are getting a new island, being the Snow Island, along with a new boss system, possibly fishing with a couple new NPCs around the map. Also on Island 3, a couple new enemies, including a spider and an orc. Along with the update, we are getting a couple new races, being mages, maybe possibly giving us some new weapons like staffs. Along with weapons, we are getting some new variations, being spears and a ball and chain. Now, there is a lot of stuff the devs haven't spoken about, but there are a couple good theories that fans, along with myself, have come up with. And so, along with those theories, I will be giving you the best information on how to actually prepare for this update coming up. So if you want to be on the leaderboard of the Forge, stay till the end to learn everything you need to do. So guys, first of all, I personally would want anybody before the update to get to around level 130. Now, myself, I've been making a lot of videos recently, so I haven't been macroing and grinding as much, so I'm only level 93, which is honestly kind of on the lower end, surprisingly. But guys, it is really easy to get levels. For right now, there are no mainstream macros, maybe besides asphalt cakes. Let's just be honest, in this game, getting the game passes is pretty worth it. So the only ones I think are necessary would be Better Forge, Sell Anywhere, and Double Storage, which are all pretty pricey. So if you don't have the Robux, you aren't at a complete disadvantage, but some people might have it a bit easier for you because macroing is possible and forging gives you better luck on the quality. Now, the two things that I kind of explained are things that you would need a PC for and money. So for the things you're going to actually be able to do on mobile and Xbox and any other device are very necessary. Now, as for the theories for the new update along with the bosses, a lot of people claim that agility is going to be the best thing to maximize on your character. What I mean by that is getting a race such as Demon or Angel that will give you a speed boost and a dash boost, along with getting Lightite armor. So if you did not know, Lightite is going to be mined from the basalt veins over in the Ascent Passage or a lot of other spots on the map deep in the cave of World 2. So these are the basalt veins, pretty big and easy to spot out, but they will get you Lightite. And so I would honestly start macroing now because this ore is very rare. It is a 1 in 3,333 chance, making it pretty uncommon. So if I were you, I would definitely maximize out on that. And the reason why is basically having it be a primary ore in your armor set actually gives you a significant speed boost, allowing you to dodge attacks and get away from new enemies in World 3. So in theory, I would say having a glass cannon build, which basically just means having a high damage dealing but low damage taking class, is going to be a necessity. So getting Lightite and being able to dodge bosses' attacks will be really useful because who knows how much these bosses will actually do to you. So being able to dodge their attacks will guarantee you to not take any damage at all. So now guys, I'm actually going to show you the recipes for the fastest armor set in the game. So this is very expensive because you're going to have pretty high defense, but you're also going to be extremely fast. So first, you are going to need for the chest plate 17 Darkite, 13 Demonite, and 13 Lightite. Again, then for the helmet, you are going to need 9 Darkite, 8 Demonite, and 9 Lightite. And lastly, for the leggings, you're going to need 9 Darkite, you're going to need 10 Darkite, 10 Demonite, and 10 Lightite. And guys, your goal is to be able to forge the Dark Knight armor set on all 3 pieces. So that would be the Dark Knight chestplate, Dark Knight helmet, and the Dark Knight leggings. And now guys, there are a couple weapons you should be making that deal crazy damage and are very fast. For the first weapon, it is going to be a katana, which are very fast. They are going to be in the 0.5 to 0.6 attack speed range, and with runes can get much faster. So for the katanas, you are only going to need 2 types of ores, being Darkite and Magmite. You are going to need 9 Darkite and 4 Magmite. Now, the Magmite actually is a very good ore to be using on any fast weapon because its passive is allowing the weapon to explode on impact at a % chance each hit, which means with the speed of the weapon, you have a higher chance to have more hits generate explosions. Now, the second weapon is going to be a straight sword, but specifically the Chaos, which has a very fast attack speed, actually the fastest attack speed that is good because of its damage as well in the whole game. It is a 1 in 16, along with being not 100% to actually get it in the category. So this is going to be really hard. So only if you have a lot of insane materials, I personally wouldn't go for this. I would go more for the gauntlets or katanas. But guys, if you do want to actually go and get the Chaos, the recipe is pretty extreme. It is only 6 materials and 2 ores, being either 4 Demonite and 2 Magmite, or if you focus less on the stats and more on the damage, you could do 3 Darkite, 2 Ore, and 2 Magmite. Now, as I said, guys, this is going to be very hard to get, so there is a high chance you are not going to get this specific sword, being the Chaos, on the first try. So make sure you have a lot of backup materials. Now, the last type of weapon is going to be gauntlets, specifically the Revelator, because of the damage. They are actually pretty insane and fast. They also look pretty cool. The recipe for this is going to be 4 Darkite, 3 Magmite, and 2 Ore. Now guys, once you do have your weapons, you are pretty much going to be unstoppable, but obviously now you are going to enhance them. And your goal is to get your weapon to a level 6 enhancement. So this katana is at a level 5, but if I did turn it to a level 6, I would gain a second rune slot, just like I have 3 on the arcane pickaxe. Now, actually having more than 1 rune slot is pretty hard to get because the enhancer is pretty much like a casino. Each time you enhance, it is actually a lower % chance the next enhancement will hit. So you have to be very lucky, and the main thing is you're going to need a lot of money and you're going to need a lot of essence. Now, obviously, I've been spending a lot of mine, but you are going to need small essence, large essence, greater essence, superior essence, and epic essence, all to make your weapons crazy. So once you do get them to the desired 2 rune slots, or if you settle for 1, that is okay, you're going to go over to the rune maker. And now the runes that I would recommend putting on all of your weapons would either be Drain Edge or Explosion Chips. The reason being is because all of the fast weapons you are getting are going to have the passives of the runes hit on each or almost every strike. Life Drain basically is being a vampire. Each hit has a 100% chance to take a partial percentage of the damage that you inflict be put into your health, which just means every time you're hitting an enemy, you are gaining health, which is very good if you have a glass cannon build, because that means you're getting to 100% really fast after being attacked because of how fast your weapons are and how fast you are. Now, what the explosion chip does is similar, not because you are gaining health, but actually because you are taking it away. So when you use the explosion chip, there is a % chance on every hit the enemy will explode, just like Magmite's passive, but it is a higher chance. So with them combined, almost every hit will actually be an explosion, taking huge damage out of enemies' health. And a little fun fact, if you did not know, critical strikes and explosions do stack. So if you do have your Rune Master achievement upgraded, your critical strikes will go actually crazy. Same with your upgrade master. So guys, once you do that and you have the desired runes on your armor, the next step is actually rolling for your race. But also a little quick side note, guys, never put a rune on your armor if it only has the main ability on it. So obviously this Drain Edge has lifesteal, which is its primary, but it also has attack speed. So you are going to try to get attack speed on your weapons, obviously, so you can swing even faster, meaning you're getting the lifesteal more often. Also guys, don't settle for percentages under 10% because it is just not worth spending the money or the runes on your weapon if the passive isn't that great, along with the secondaries. So compared to the 7% on this, you should settle for the 13% attack speed on this rune, along with a 10% on the lifesteal. Now guys, for race rolling, like I said, the 3 best races for preparing for the update are going to be Dwarf, Angel, and Demon. And the reasons why are pretty explanatory. Dwarfs are extremely good at mining and at getting in macroing areas, which allows you to pretty much get crazy levels, along with your macro usually working 100% of the time. But if you do get Angel, it is actually better than Dwarf because Angel, although bigger, actually has a 30% luck boost compared to the Dwarf's abilities, which do not have any luck boost at all. Now, if you get Demon, it is not for mining compared to the other two. It's actually more for combat, giving you some AoE abilities. But it also does have a very good passive, which will be very useful for farming bosses in the new update. Now, as for the Angel, having that luck boost is pretty insane, but Smite is also good because it kind of acts as an explosion, dealing high amounts of damage, which is pretty good in getting out of tough situations. But also, the Holy Hand passive is very useful, giving you infinite stamina when you are below 20% health, which, think about it, in boss battles, if you are at a critical health, you are able to escape fairly easily, especially if you have stuff like light eye armor, because you actually are faster when you have this race equipped. Also guys, do try to get to level 100, as I am very close and I'm about to unlock the 3rd slot. Do not spend your Robux on this because macroing is honestly the easiest way to level up. So when you have all 3, try to get Angel and Demon in 2 of them, and either have Goblin or Dwarf in the 3rd one. Goblin also because you get deals on stuff you buy, but if you have a lot of money, I would just settle for Dwarf. Now, if you are wondering how to actually get the rolls without spending Robux, these codes on screen here are or were active depending on how long this video has been out for. So try to check every single code, but I apologize if not all of them work because they like disabling newer codes. Now guys, for mining strategies, I would mainly be mining in the volcanic depths because the mythic and legendary lava ores are very useful for the new update. So when macroing, I would be at the basalt veins, but when actually playing the game, I would be at any volcanic geode when they are around. So volcanic rocks look like this if you've never played the game before, but if you obviously know what they look like, mine them as much as you can. But Uno 2 has actually exposed this game a little bit. Specifically, when there is a 2x luck boost on the weekends, using luck potions for some reason actually makes you more unlucky. So if this little box is in your screen, make sure not to be using luck potions, weirdly enough, because it actually makes you less lucky. But when it's not there, spam luck potions and mining potions just to be able to be more efficient in mining these things. Now, also in the volcanic depths, there is the demon pickaxe now available legitly for purchase. And when people see it, they look at the stats and realize that it is not very good. But I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that this pickaxe could be the method to be the best player or one of the best amongst your friends in the forge. So to actually get it, you are going to need to talk to Scal, give him 3 demonite, which sounds hard at first, but with about an hour of grinding is pretty doable. You are going to then go over here after he gives you the key. This door will be closed, but when you do have the key, you'll be able to open it. Then, when you are in the demon's hideout, buy the pickaxe for 500k, and here are the stats. 180 mine power, negative 10% mine speed, plus 47.5 luck, and 3 rune slots. Now, the arcane pickaxe kind of mogs this, except in mine power. But guys, the reason why this is so good could be very well of the mine power. So now, a lot of players are realizing, as well as myself, that Island 2 will obviously have new ores and new rocks, with each rock being obviously harder to mine. Now, having something with 130 to 115 mine power, like these 2 pickaxes, like the arcane pickaxe and the lava pick, would maybe not be the best choice because you aren't actually able to mine the best rocks. But with the demon pickaxe having 180 mine power compared to Molten's 135, you might actually be able to get an edge on a lot of players and mine the new rocks, which, if you guys didn't know, at the very start of the forge, when it went to public beta, all the ores along with essence were scaled in price compared to how they are now, which means the same could happen for World 2 and is actually very likely because the devs don't know what's going to actually happen when they release it. They don't know if people are going to find exploits, macros. So is what I would do is get to the 500k mark with your pickaxe. So do not sell it because the luck could be useful for World 3. Then get your demon pickaxe and then keep macroing from there. You're just going to want to spam money because there could be new NPCs that could give you money. There's going to be new potions and other secrets the devs are hiding from you. So make sure you also get up on your money. And one of the best ways to get up on your money besides macroing would be killing all of these NPCs around the volcanic depths, because although they nerf the price of essence, getting it is still really useful because the spawn rates on these guys are so high, and having luck potions, obviously when it isn't 2 times luck weekend, will give you an insane amount of essence. So they usually sell for around $10 to $75 a pop, which means in a 45-minute grinding session, which is pretty long, you are going to get around $70,000 just based on the stats of your weapons and armor. So make sure you're also going to be able to be good at combat. That's another thing, guys. Make sure you learn the style of combat in the Forge because it's a little different to other games. So know how to parry and block and dash. And I can't really help you with that as it's kind of something that's just on your own that you do have to learn. So make sure you know how to do that because bosses will have different attack patterns and special moves. So just knowing the basics is still a step ahead of a lot of players. Now, there are 2 more things that are extremely important. One of them being after you create your godly armor, keep all the legendary and mythical ores because it is seen in a lot of World 2 and could be World 3. There are a lot of NPCs that actually require you to give them ores, like this NPC right here where you can give them Firite, and doing that gives you a lot of XP and a good amount of money. So make sure to store up on your ores because who knows, there could be a lot of NPCs that require World 2 stuff and give you crazy amounts of money. And speaking of NPCs, the last thing I would like to mention is to complete every quest you can, along with the monkey quest and other people's stuff in World 2, because in a lot of games such as Fish and Dig, which are actually co-creators of the Forge, have NPCs that require quests done by other NPCs. So make sure you complete everything you can along with the Goblin Cave, because who knows, NPCs might be asking for rainbow crystals in the Goblin Cave because it's special to them. I don't know. I mean, who really knows? The devs are just keeping secrets at this point, so it's better to prepare and think like a dev along with the community that is thinking like a dev collectively and just get on top of it. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys need any other help in the forge, like pickaxe guides, how to mine correctly, where to mine, how to macro, what to kill, etc., watch my other videos on my channel. I have a lot of really good information on there for you guys, but this is how to prepare for the new update. So if you like today's video, please like and sub. It really helps me make more content like this, and I will see you guys on the next one.